her staff, you know, have those kids playing hard, playing well, playing disciplined. By far the best defensive team we faced. Have a lot of interesting pieces, can shoot it. You know, certainly our athletic attack, play aggressive. And so, you know, they're new to the big and they're doing a great job. So, and they're a great, you know, Shauna's a great addition to this league. It's just gonna make it even more difficult than what it is. But really proud of our group. You know, this was a game that we certainly had to fight and claw and scratch, you know, just to get to the end and you know, get to a victory. You know, on a night that we didn't shoot it particularly well, but we're going to have nights like that. You know, they all can't be like the North Carolina nights where everything goes in for us. You got to find different ways to score the ball, but also, you know, you just have to kind of get grimy and you hope that your grit shows up and you make just enough plays, you know, to win the game. They certainly hurt us on the boards. You know, they required double coverage from us, especially with Cook. How well she was really good tonight. She was cooking, and you know, down the rails, and that required us to have you know, rotations, and then we were giving off rebounds. So you know, we got to get that cleaned up as we move forward. But you know, I thought you know, Chloe once again did a great job. I thought of keeping us, you know, showed some great composure, you know, with the ball out on the top on a night where Yarden didn't play great. I thought Hannah came in and gave us great minutes defensively. I thought she did a tremendous job on the McKenzie kid, number 24. But you know, this is one of those games, and as we said to the you know, our players, anytime you have a number by your name, you're the opponent's biggest game, and so we better get used to this territory, because, as I said to him, everybody's coming after you, and so we handled ourselves in the right kind of way. You know, certainly we made it a 40-minute game and had just enough, like I said, enough stops in this at the end to get the win tonight.
Raise your hand for questions. Matt? Reed.
Matt Seabury, Indiana Daily Student. Alyssa Geary was on the bench in a boot today. What is her injury and how long do you expect to have her out?
So she tweaked her ankle yesterday in practice, and so she'll be day-to-day, but she'll be back.
Ari?
How big was the crowd today? It was 5,900, I think. In North Carolina, it was well over 5,000, I think 5,300 today. How big is that to have them engaged late with all this when you were making stops?
You know, Ari, it's great. They were tremendous, you know, in our win against North Carolina. We were hopeful that they would, you know, show up on a 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon as well. So they're so important to, you know, the success that we've been able to have. And, you know, we certainly enjoy sharing it with them. But, you know, they were, once again, you know, offering enthusiasm and energy, and you could tell they were trying to will us, you know, to this win.
Mike?
Coach, you have 2 transfers and a freshman out there, both starting and finishing out a very tight game. Like, how important was it for that group to realize that they can do that they can close a tough game like this?
Well, you know, Sarah and you know, Sydney have certainly played in big games. You know, Sid with the Pack when she's at Oregon, and Sarah again in the big. So, you know, this isn't foreign to either one of them in terms of the magnitude of the game, and you know, the back and forth, big games, tight games, all of it. You know, and Yarden is a young lady that, as I've said, is wise beyond her years, and she does not play like a freshman. And so there's a lot of trust with Yarden. You know, we see that in practice every day, and you know, we've seen it. It just today was one of those days for Yarden. It just seemed like she couldn't get anything going offensively, and she gets in foul trouble. You know, that's one of the things we've got to. You know, she can't get in foul trouble for us right now, and especially with us being a guard down with Grace, she's just going to have to be more disciplined, and we got to keep her out there.
Will, then Skip.
Coach, can you talk about Cook's performance and what it was that allowed her to pick apart your defense, and then how you handle that down the stretch in the fourth quarter?
Well, one, she's she can score at 3 levels. She's obviously the quickest kid that we've probably faced in terms of being able to go off of that high ball screen the way she was, with different kind of wiggle. And she has a soft jump shot. She certainly can get to the rim. You just hope that your plugs are good enough. Max rotation. Towards the end, I thought her rotating, Max Long and was helpful. But as I said, she was cooking. No point in ten. With her last name being Cook, but she was really really good today. And you face players like that you just can't figure out an answer for them. You just hope that you can keep the rest of them quiet. And we did a decent job of that. But hats off to her. She was really she's a great addition for them.
Skip.
Coach, congratulations on the win. So Sarah didn't put up a whole lot of points tonight in comparison to recent games, but in the fourth quarter she had 2 drives in the paint, each breaking up an offensive drought for you guys. That first one especially important with about 7 and a couple seconds left in the fourth quarter. That drive stopped a scoring route, 6-0 run. How important was that to get on the board and to make an impact again?
Yeah, and she had 6 assists, right? So she leads us in assists tonight. And so, the great players figure stuff out like that. They understand that, on a night where perhaps the shot's not going down as easy as it was the other night, there's always ways to impact the game. And I thought that she decided that she was gonna stay aggressive at the rim, but she also facilitated. And our assists were a little bit down tonight in terms of we've been in the 20s, but I was really proud of the way that on a night where she it was hard to get her looks too. They did a great job. I mean, let's give them credit. They were really good defensively. And I think put a lot of pressure on her. And but she found other ways, to help us. And 6 assists, 6 rebounds. So that's what you need. You need players on nights when the shot's not falling to figure out there's still other things that they can do.
We're gonna go to a Zoom question. Sue from Women's Hoops World. Sue, go ahead.
Hi, Sue.
Coach, what's your feeling on a game like this? Do you feel like this is come up and straight for the Hoosiers, or do you feel like this is a game that's going to happen early in the season because it teaches you some lessons going forward?
Well, every game teaches us lots of lessons, and this one will be no different. And so we'll go back and there's going to be plenty of things to show them. But I'm going to say it again. People are going to come after us, Sue, and they're going to bring their very best. And we have to adjust, and we sort of have to embrace this. But the other thing too is, and again, I don't want people to forget. We're playing with what I think is an All-American, a pro in Grace Berger. And so, give our kids, these kids that are playing right now, credit for figuring out how to play with our best player. I mean, let's just be honest. Outside of Mackenzie, Grace is, so good in so many instances, from her ability to facilitate to her ability to put pressure on people, with whether she's posting up, whether she's coming off ball screens with her unbelievable, handle that she has, and making easy plays. She makes everybody around her better. And so we're trying to still figure out, although we were good the other night, there's still I think a learning curve to us figuring out how to play without Grace, because she's been our point guard, since we started this back in August, or back in when we started practice. And so, I think we're still trying to figure out some things, but I'm sure I'm proud of this group, because this is a really good Illinois team, and I'm not taking anything away from them. And, you know, we'll certainly learn something, but, on the other side of that, I'm really, proud that we found a way, and I'm really happy for our players, because, you know, they had to make some gutsy plays at the end, and, you know, I thought they did a good job of figuring out how to close the game.
Matt and then Audrey.
You guys struggled with kind of rebounding the ball in the first half, but then in the second half won the rebounding battle. What adjustments were made, and how much did Gary's absence kind of factor into that?
Well, you know, I don't know that her absence factored into that. I just think that, you know, in the first half, I thought Bostic did a great job of just being around the basket. You know, again, number 3, you know, Cook puts pressure on you, right? Because she requires another, you know, person to rotate over. And Chloe did a great job on her, but, you know, she required a double coverage tonight, and anytime you rotate over, everybody else has to rotate over. But then the other thing that they do to you is that when they got kids that could shoot it the way they could shoot it, you don't want to run off and leave them either, because then you're susceptible to Cook coming down and, oh, by the way, you know, kicking that thing out to kids that, you know, can knock down the long ball. So that's how they put pressure on you. But, you know, we had a discussion at halftime. I just pointed out that they were +9 on the boards at that point. And we needed our guards. We needed, you know, Sky to get in there and Yarden to get in there. And, you know, I thought Sid had a double-double. She had 10 rebounds for us tonight. You know, she really did a good job of getting in there, you know, especially late as the game progressed. But, you know, I think it's just a matter of, you know, don't worry, AG will be back.
Audrey Hausberger, ISTV. You just kind of mentioned your players did this, that got this win without Graceberger in a tense situation. What do you think this does for their mentality and their confidence going forward?
Well, I think a lot of, you know, has happened since Vegas, right, when she went down. I mean, I think we've had to grow up. I think we've had to figure out, especially Chloe, you know, we don't talk about Chloe enough. It's hard in our system to be able to you know, be the point guard of the Indiana women's basketball team because we run so much. You know, for Chloe to be able to slide over and run this basketball team has been incredible. You know, I can't tell you how proud I am of her. And then once we got back from Vegas, it was like a crash course in being the point guard here, right? With all the number of sets that we run. And so, you know, I think she's just continued to show great leadership out on the floor. She's showed great composure. She's been aggressive for us, you know, offensively. And so, you know, again, this group has been resilient. They've shown a great amount of toughness of their chemistry. When they've had to make plays, they figured out how to make plays. And so as we move forward, you know, we'll get better inside of every game. Lily will come in and she's going to get better. I think Lexi will get better. We've seen Henna be able to contribute. All of these kids right now in Grace's absence are going to get better, and that's really good for our team.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yep, thank you.